What is up, YouTube? Today I have another tutorial for you guys. It's another beat tutorial. I'm just going to be talking about how I use percussion in a little bit of a different, unorthodox way. So I've got this trap beat right here. We'll play through it, and then I'll tell you guys what I do.
Right now it's golden.
That's pretty much the whole beat. It's pretty simple. I've just got the sample from a splice pack right here, and then I've just got it filtered out a little bit on this track. But the one tip I'm talking about is using unique percussion. A lot of people just use pretty basic percussion, or maybe not even any percussion at all. Maybe they'll just use a kick, snare, hat. But for me, I find it really cool to find kind of unique percussion sounds, whether that is natural percussion or if you go on some different drum packs and you find like mainly by like electronic music producers or like experimental electronic music producers. If you go into their sample packs, they have a lot of different cool sounds that you can use to add to your beats, just to make it a little bit more unique. So I've got basically my basic drums here. I got snare, 2 snares, a hat, which is open, and then a 16th hat. No, I have kind of an accent hat, and then a 16th hat, and an open hat. And then right here, I've got sort of these unique effects, so I can just solo them within the context of the beat to show you guys what I'm talking about. Right, just little bleeps and bloops I found on Splice and different sample packs. So I'll just kind of break them down. The first one is just pretty simple. It's a triangle. You can find that in pretty much any basic sample pack. And then I've got this DJ backspin, but instead of just keeping it the same, I've added this ping pong delay, so it goes in between your headphones while it's delaying. And I kind of heard that in a lot of like Brockhampton songs and Kenny Beats songs. Those are kind of guys that take hip hop and push it a little bit forward. And then other than that, I've got this effect sound, which is just kind of a weird, yeah, I don't know. I think I got that from an experimental electronic pack. And then we've got this beeping effect sound, which if you guys want to find these types of kind of like bleeps and bloops, you guys can go, I would look up Moog percussion, like find like a Moog percussion sample pack. A lot of people will go on the Moog and change the resonance to create these type of sounds. And then the last little sound I have right here is just white noise going into each, like the end of the phrase. And let's see how I made that. That could either be no, so I went on Serum. You can do this with like a lot of different synths, but you just go and, you know, the synth will usually have an oscillator or two on, but you can just get rid of those oscillators and only turn on the noise and select white noise, and you'll just be able to have just white noise. And that way, the cool thing about doing that is you can play the white noise into your beat with your keyboard. If you prefer doing that. And then the other thing I had that kind of difference that makes this beat a little bit different than others is this kind of these like break beats. I find mixing break beats with trap drums to just be a really cool sound. And it kind of like, you know, when you've got these break beats going, it makes it seem like super chopped up and old school, and it just makes it makes those like trap drums hit that much harder when they do come in. So with any breakbeat, you can just grab them. And then what I like to do is go over to RC20 and put the drums through RC20, because this, let's say you got kind of, maybe it's a breakbeat, but it does sound a little bit newer, and you really, really want to make it sound vintage, you can use any of these vinyl settings, or there are these 3 drum break settings, which are good, but sometimes they make the drums a little bit too distorted. And I do find vinyl 3 and then the vinyl 4 setting also to be very good for making things sound really old school. And then I've got one thing I like to do as well in terms of effects and percussion is just having like a short little reverse before a drop section. I find that it just amps up the energy a little bit and makes kind of when the beat drop hit a little bit harder. So I've just got this basic reverse sound going into the trap drum drop. And with those reverses, you can kind of make them yourself with white noise, or you can find them in a lot of different sample packs. So that's pretty much it. My tip to kind of make your beats a little bit more unique is to just find more unique percussion and effect sounds. And you can do this with sample packs, or you can make them yourself. Because pretty much, like, if you look at this beat, it's not complicated at all. It's literally just the sample, which I got to splice, and then an 808 pattern. And kind of the uniqueness and ear candy comes from the percussion. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are staying safe and being healthy. Really appreciate it. And just comment down below what type of tutorials you want to see next. If you want to see more production, I can do some bass tutorials as well. Just let me know, you guys. All right, thank you. See you guys.